Hey guys, Future Chelsea here. Just getting on here to let you know I'm currently editing the video and I noticed that we didn't mention something that was valuable information. So including the $75 deposit, which is paid separately, it was $415 for 5 nights. That is $83 a night. Also on off seasons, that price varies and will most likely be cheaper. So just thought I would let you know that. Also, I know it looks very empty and deserted, and that's because everyone was evacuating because of Hurricane Dorian. So, on with the video. So this whole area is our spot and it's relatively flat. Everyone's is relatively flat, so not much leveling had to be done. So there's enough room to park your truck or vehicle of whatever, and obviously a part for your camper. We have all our stuff put up because we're about to leave. Here's all our hookups to the right of the camper, and here's the picnic table and overhang type thing that's to the left. Then there's the neighbor's hookups right next to it. So, and we really didn't have to level all that much, so it was really nice. Very simple and easy to get in here, especially since it was pouring rain when we got here, so it ended up working out really good. It's also a straight shot to the beach, so like those little steps that are right there, straight shot to the beach. Bathhouse right down the road from us. I've not been inside them at all, so I don't know if they're relatively clean, but why would you need to really use the bathhouse if you can use your camper? Then again, depends on if you want a long shower, I guess. Similar layout for everybody. Hey everybody, we are at Apache Campground at North Myrtle, and we thought we would do the same thing we did with the KOA campsite, talking about the amenities, what we've thought so far since it's almost nearing the end of our trip. I showed it in one of the vlogs, but I'm going to just show these again. These are going to have to be like between our face. I need to quit shaking the table, oops. They gave us some papers when we first checked in. First one is please secure all items, which is fishing rods, golf carts, coolers, bicycles, etc. It says Apache not responsible for lost or stolen items. So, and this time, this is our second time my second time, I don't know about him, camping with Wi-Fi and cable, so we'll talk about that in a minute, but this is all the cable channels And then this is for Hori. Is that how you say it? Hori? Like sorry? Or Hari?
I don't know.
Anyway, this is for the county beach ordinances. So you can look those up if you are that interested. And then this lovely big piece of paper is a map to our campsite. So, in case you cannot tell, we are in this red spot. Point to us, honey. I need your assistance.
There.
We're there. I don't know if it's in the shot or not, but that is considered a beachfront, which in case you didn't notice is really like, I'd say what, about 12, 13 rows of campers.
Something like that.
They consider that beachfront. And all on the back of this, so if you do come to Apache, if you do come to Apache Campground, you have all types of, if you look throughout all the, I'm sorry, honey. I love you. If you look through all these little pictures of things, there is coupons all over it. So that's a good thing to remember if you want to go out to eat with somebody or just explore. Also on that Apache Family Campground and Pier, the big piece of paper, it has the rules. So, unlike when we stayed at the KOA campsite, this time we did bring a dog. Not even our most well-behaved dog. We brought the youngest and craziest, Skylar, who is currently next to me. And honestly, I feel like they're not very strict on their rules here. But in the end, I feel like that's okay, because I really ended up liking this campground.
They're a lot more laid back here than a lot of the other campgrounds.
They are.
I mean, that's like our neighbor. They say you're supposed to have your dogs on a leash, but everyone just kind of lets their dogs run around in a way.
If they're gonna stick near you, they let the dogs run around. I saw multiple campground workers come by and like they never put the dogs on a leash or anything like that. But I mean, I would assume as long as you clean up after your dog and whatnot, you're good.
Doesn't bother us.
And we left Skylar on a leash because she'll go and play.
If you don't like animals, I wouldn't necessarily recommend coming here, because pretty much everyone that we've met has
an animal,
a dog or a cat or something.
Yeah, we saw a cat out on a leash. Like they put their cat on a tie out outside their camper. It was so cute. It kept trying to pounce and go after Skylar, but Skylar didn't even notice it.
And I think, honestly, I think that there's a reason why. There's a lot of people with animals here. It's like all the KOAs and a lot of private campgrounds are really strict on animals. And it's just kind of nice and refreshing to come somewhere where you don't necessarily have to worry about if your dog maybe barks once or twice. You don't have to worry about getting kicked out.
Yeah, see, Skylar, she's a nervous type of dog that she's gonna bark until you pet her, which is kind of weird, and she's the same way. If the dogs don't come and sniff her, she's gonna keep barking at them. But honestly, she's met the neighbors' dogs, she's met the neighbors, she's gotten a little used to it. So we've been walking her on the beach just fine. I mean, she's really been enjoying herself. Just like the last campsite that we reviewed and talked about, this campsite, you're very close together, but we also have people constantly walking between the campers and everything, which I feel like you kind of have to here. If you're gonna, like, let's say you need to cross the street and go to somebody else's camper.
I haven't seen anyone walk through our campsite the entire time.
I have.
But
I've had like
nowhere near as bad as
it's
a
not
KOA.
Near, yeah, it's
You're
not
nowhere
near
as close to people as a KOA.
You have enough room to park your vehicle between you and the next camper. So.
It's not bad at all for a private campground. It's not like a state park, though. The campsites are fairly easy to get into. They're all full of hookups.
I mean, we had a little bit of issues because it was pouring rain when we got here.
That doesn't have anything to do with the campsite.
No, it doesn't. It just sucked for us.
You don't get to choose your campsite. They assign them to you when you get here. they're all pretty easy to back into. They have pull-through sights, back-in sights. Every site is 30 and 50 amp.
We probably should mention that it's also Labor Day weekend, right? Labor Day weekend?
Yes.
So, the thing is, in my point of view, I feel like it could have been way more packed. Now, the beach was absolutely packed. The beach was crazy full. But the campgrounds itself, the sites weren't constantly jam-packed.
There's still open sites right now.
Yeah.
And there's still sites close to the beach right now, which I guess, I don't know if you can request to get close to the beach if you wanted to. I'm not sure about that. But
there were so many empty spaces when we got here. We were kind of put in the back section of beachfront. I think we could have requested for the front of the front beachfront. But then, just think about all the golf carts and stuff you'd have to hear on
I kind of like being in the back row.
It's pretty nice. I like our neighbors, too. Our neighbors have been really nice.
Yeah, the sites are easy to get into. The roads are a lot wider than they are at the KOA.
Yes.
If you're backing in, though, people can get around you if you're backing in, but if you have a really long camper, you're going to be sticking out in the road. Even with us, we're sticking out in the road quite a bit. Every campsite has their own picnic table and little shelter.
Yeah.
You got to be careful about backing in because your awning might not come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were a little too close the first time, so our neighbor actually came out and helped my husband, telling him, hey, you can come closer, I only need to park here, and so that really helped us a lot.
Just like any other campground, you gotta watch where your hookups are. We were good on our power and sewer hookups. I mean, we're right next to our sewer hookup, but our cable, we should have backed up a little bit more for that. We had to go get another cable. We were really level.
So, since we are on the discussion of hookups, let's talk about how cable and Wi-Fi was for us this time. The cable was great, number one. It was really good.
Well, all the campsites are full hookups. So you have your sewer power, 30 and 50 amp, cable, and then you have Wi-Fi everywhere.
Yeah. Honestly, this is the best Wi-Fi out of the two camps. So KOA, I would have thought the KOA would have been great. But this campsite, way, way, way better Wi-Fi than the KOA site we stayed at.
I mean, we've, as far as Wi-Fi goes, I hadn't had any problems out of it.
I haven't.
Every once in a while, I don't know if it just kind of kicks you out off of the Wi-Fi, and then you have to kind of go back into it. I think it probably just does that for security or whatever. But we've had Wi-Fi on the beach.
Yeah, that's been wonderful. I've been watching Netflix on the beach,
everywhere we walk
y'all.
in the campground, we have Wi-Fi.
And we live
So
on
it's been
YouTube.
great.
Like I said in the last KOA campground review, we live on YouTube, and I live on Netflix and YouTube. So it's been really nice. Don't necessarily need the cable, but the Wi-Fi is a must, usually.
Cable worked fine. There's a lot of channels. I can't remember how many. I want to say like 50.
I don't see the point of counting, but this is the paper.
It's Spectrum cable, so
Yeah.
works fine. As far as what the campground offers, they have a lot of bathhouses and stuff. We never use them because we have full hookups.
No, but they are very close. I feel like they have quite a few bathhouses, so.
Yeah, we've got one like literally 20 yards.
Yeah. Somebody's partying outside. Okay.
Anyway, lots of bathhouses. They have. Let me see.
See, like, okay, so bathhouse 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so
That's okay.
it's 75 degrees in here now.
Great.
That's how hot it got.
Okay.
Hey, quick.
Just speak louder. I give up. nice done anyways?
There's 2 bathhouses on beachfront, which honestly isn't too bad.
Which they're in the center of like the main section, so I feel like that's really nice.
They have a swimming pool, but it's a little bit of a drive to get to it if you're camping beachfront. Yeah. And they also have a play area and playground right there with it. It's not a very big swimming pool, but I mean, I don't know why you need a swimming pool when you're at the beach.
Yeah. Unless you're terrified of the ocean like I am.
They also have a pier.
Yeah, speaking of the pier, hold those up.
You get free passes for every day you're here.
Yeah.
Before 7 o'clock. After that, you have to pay.
Oh, let me show what we got. Well, there's so many papers.
And you can't fish with these passes. These are just a walking pass.
I've included it in one of the vlogs how much it is to actually get on the pier. If I'm correct, it's $2. I made sure to include it in the vlog. I'll include that same clip here. So it's $2 if you don't have a pier pass. There we go. Gotta leave a pause so I can edit it. Also, they have little knickknacks at Apache Pier. We have no idea where we're gonna put this, but we got it anyways. And then my friend Devin is in love with the ocean, and she's babysitting our rabbit Basil. So I got her this that says, "Always be sure of yourself." And I know she's been thinking about getting a jellyfish tattoo, so this reminded me of her so much. So we just got some little knickknacks while there. But,
the pier they have a little bait shop in there too. If you're gonna fish, there's a lot of people out there fishing today.
Oh, it's packed.
They also have a restaurant there and arcade. It's a really nice pier. But they say it's the biggest on the East Coast around here. I can't remember how big it was. I don't think it says.
I don't see it.
But I think they're open from 6 in the morning until midnight. So, pretty good hours.
Oh, here's check-in and check-out times.
They do golf cart rentals also. I've actually seen people getting their campers washed here. So they have people that can come in and wash your camper. And service department can come in.
There's an activity room and a trading post laundry, so you can do your laundry and stuff there too. It's kind of in the center of it all. I noticed, like I said, we were in the red. Am I pointing in the right spot?
Yeah.
We were in the red part. All of this down here, which you've seen in video before this, but all of this is houses and stuff. It's insane. It's awesome though. But I guess that's it. Is there anything else you need to mention?
Overall, I love the campground. I think she did too.
Yeah.
I've decided that we're probably going to start coming here for vacation because I like the beach more.
He's
and
decided.
It's so much. It's just a pain to drive up into the mountains.
This has been my dream vacation. When I come on vacation, I plan to be lazy and do nothing. So we're either being lazy and doing nothing comfortably in our camper, or we've been going on the beach and doing it. It's been a true vacation for me. So it's been really nice and relaxing, which is what I needed after a busy summer of work. Of putting up with about 200 kids a day. I mean, every Monday. So, which I enjoy though, just saying. But, I don't know, it's been really good and relaxing. Good recovery time.
I wouldn't say this campground's for everyone.
I feel like it's kid-friendly and friendly for people that don't have kids.
But going back to, they're kind of loose on the rules.
If you're terrified of dogs, don't come here.
Well, not that.
Everybody's got dogs.
If you want a nice, quiet place to stay where no one's going to bother you, I'm sure you could probably get away from everyone here and it'd be great. But everything's laid back and stuff like that, but it's not, how do I put it? It's not your typical...
I feel like there's a lot of partiers here, but I feel like that's how Myrtle has become anyways. There's partiers, not like, whoa! Except for that one guy on the beach that kept walking by us, whoa!
It's not your typical quiet campground.
Yeah. It's not a KOA campground. I can go ahead and tell you that.
There's people playing music, stuff like that. It's no one's got out of hand.
Neighbors ask you to come and play games. I mean, if you're outside, they're gonna talk to you.
Yeah, which is great. We don't mind that.
Yeah.
But people play music, stuff like that at night. It's none of it's kept us up, and we've been going to bed pretty early.
We've been going to bed at like 8, waking up early too.
But no one's kept us up or anything like that. Nothing's woke us up really in the mornings.
We've been really lazy, and I love it.
I mean, it's been great.
It's been wonderful.
The beach is nice. It doesn't get too crowded over by the campground. There is a public access right next to the campground, so it's a little bit crowded in that one area. But other than that, I mean, everything has been great.
Bye!